Hey Sagittarius, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to be doing an I-ching reading over here, but first we're going to start off with sort of an overall card for the reading. I'm splitting the deck. I'm taking from the bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands, communication. Ooh, this feels like nice communication. Communication, yeah. Got the throat chakra. It changes things. It's transformative communication. It's not just chit chat. It's something that changes the dynamic, changes reality. It's inspired communication. It could be intuitive communication since it is in the wand suit. I want to say like it is understanding. It grounds down. And I want to say like understanding. There's something about ground in that. And like these communications hit the ground. They hit reality. They hit their mark. All right. Now I'm going to throw these 3 coins 6 times. And we were going to create a hexagram. It's actually 2 trigrams stacked, right? So a trigram is 3 and a hexagram is 6. So 3 plus 3 equals 6. All right. Whoa. Okay, we're going to rethrow that one. All right. 2 tails. As the coins are being tossed about whatever this communication is and whatever communication issue we're looking at, and the Eight of Wands, I do want to say it can reference like check your spam, check your mail, make sure you're opening it, make sure you're getting the communication that you need, because sometimes if we miss that, it can create huge problems in our life, or if we're avoiding it, it can create some big problems. So staying on that. So as these coins get tossed, we're looking at probabilities. 2 heads, so that's going to be yang energy. So we're looking at probabilities, and it's just things can change, right? I don't know why I want to say that, but 2 heads. It's obvious. Change is the one constant here. But as the coins like roll sometimes or spin, we get an understanding of how shiftable life can be. 2 tails, yin energy, unchanging. We don't have any dynamic lines here, Sagittarius. 2 tails, yin unchanging. A dynamic line, the last one. 3 tails, so yang changing to yin. All right, I'm going to go do my calculations and we'll see what happens. All right, Sagittarius. So what we had was we ended up with our first hexagram is mountain over wind. We had that changing line on line number 6, which it goes from the bottom to the top. So line number 6, and that changed to earth over wind. So wind, we could really talk about wind as this communication. Also want to say an understanding also of something, understanding something and coming to an understanding with something, because we have mountain and earth, and both of those are showing up over wind. So a conversation about something, and I want to say that conversation is about something in reality, and it's kind of a bit of topsy-turvy because we have wind under the mountain. Ooh, a tunnel. It's like a tunnel through the mountain. Which of course reminds me of The Last Airbender, secret tunnel through the mountain. So I think we're talking about tunneling through a mountain, because also with mountain changing to earth and the hexagram changing there, mountain changing to earth, we have a mountain. It's defined. It is on a map. It has a name. It's been climbed. It might have parking lots on it. It might have a road halfway up it. It might have, it might be a very well-known place. It has an identity. It is an entity. And then that transforms to earth. So something a little more vague. So what I was seeing was something more defined. And we can always talk about this as like an ego definition, or we can also talk about it as like lake and mountain both have that in the I-ching for me. We can also talk about it as like, because of how this hexagram unfolds, sort of a title at work, a title that you possess. And then not over identifying with that title, but saying, I also am more than that. I'm broader than that. I'm not just a mountain. I'm earth. I'm the whole. I can be a lot more than just this mountain. I can do a lot more than just this defined role. So that's what I'm seeing here. We have like the elements, the earth elements, the technicalities all remaining stable. We have you being the same person, pretty much remaining stable throughout this. But we have sort of the overall idea and the overall plan is where we find our dynamic line is in those top 2 lines, and it's the very top line. So, and it makes it from being sort of well balanced to, you know what, these boundaries might be a little more porous than we think. There might be more movement available here. The authorities, what is at the top here, the authorities may be more flexible than we're giving them credit for. So the overall plan may actually have a lot more, is becoming more receptive to something. So it's not that you're changing in this scenario, it's that the higher ups are becoming more receptive. So, our first hexagram is 5/6. So it's work it's number 18, work. And then we only read the dynamic line, but that work actually it has really informed how I'm reading this, this reading. So these might be work-related communications, work-related understandings. I keep hearing the word understanding, and it keeps, there's like, you're tunneling through an obstacle. The obstacle is not actually standing in your way, right? It's becoming more, there's an opening here. There is an opening here, but it needs to be, I think, talked about. So there might be an opening at work. There might be an opportunity that opens up to help you move from one position to another position. This is really coming in as very much a project work reading. Could be a relationship reading, but it's hard to see with this I-ching right here. So, but who knows? I mean, yeah. So the line, line number 6, literally translated, said, "Serve not the mighty, keep your goals lofty." So how I was reading is this is really interesting because we have like bosses, a boss-like figure coming out throughout this whole reading here. So how I'm seeing this is maintain your integrity in work, and keep moving up. You want to keep moving up. So, so you're not serving the boss. You're serving yourself. You're serving your career. You're serving your job. You're serving what you want to do. Not necessarily, you're not always going to be under this boss, right? This is, you actually have a lot more that you need to be doing with your life, or that you can do, or that you can even do within like a certain company or even a certain situation. There's a lot you can do. So you need to be in service more of your, I want to say, self-actualization, of your own integrity, than you are to a person, to a boss, more loyal to your career path than you are to a certain person. So maintaining your integrity in your work, and I think in your goals and in your life dreams, and maintaining that, keeping your goals, not your boss's goals, but your goals lofty, and keeping an eye on a bigger prize. So you're not here to serve the boss, you're here to serve sort of yourself and your own career goals, or your own, money goals, or whatever. So making sure that you're keeping that distinction. And I think that we can see that with the mountain turning to earth. It's not just this person you're serving, or it's not just this person that serving, I don't know, some of these words are weird, but it's not just this person that you're working for. You're also working for maybe an overall concept, or maybe an overall goal. You're serving the earth, or you have bigger goals. So keep your goals much bigger than what you're seeing right now. This is the mountain, but there's a whole earth here. And so we're wanting to keep that in mind as we move forward. So resisting, this also has an idea of resisting pressure from above. So it might be boss, it might be parents, it might be, your parents might want you, might have approached their careers a certain way. There was a generation where loyalty to a certain company or loyalty to a certain boss was richly rewarded. That's no longer the case. So, so advice from those, or looking to how your parents accomplished what they accomplished, may not actually be serving you or be in your best interest here. You may also have a boss asking you to do shady shit. I've had that before. A boss asking me to lie on certain financial forms. I was just like, you'll need to get someone else to do that because I can't do that. So it was, you know, it's just not me. It's not what I do. And you don't want me doing that. Asking you to do something you don't want to. You do need to be communicating about this though. So you alone are accountable for your actions, are accountable for your work, are accountable for your work ethic. So however you learned whatever from your parents, it is important to be questioning that, and maybe did that serve them well? Did they go where they needed to go? And with the changing dynamics that we have now, is that gonna, so that I feel more like, because I don't know your certain situation, and anyway, I trust you to be running your life better than I could run it from over here, or the tarot can even run it, or the I-ching can run it. So I feel like it's important just to be questioning some of the values you may have inherited from your parents, some of the values your boss may be trying to foist on you and make you to do. It's just important to be questioning that and comparing it to what your ideal is and how you want to live your life and how you want to go forward. So you know, maybe your parents had some did shady stuff. You might want to really rethink that. It might be hard to rethink it because it seems so normal to you. But it is like, I feel like a time to question ideas about work that you may have gotten from somewhere. So, because you alone are just responsible for your life and your actions. So your boss can ask you to, you know, lie on these financial forms, but you're the one that, it would have been my signature on that form. And I have some sort of weird karma where I get caught for just about everything I've ever tried to do wrong. So, so I know it's best for everyone involved. If I don't get involved in that stuff, just leave me out of it. So, but it would have been my signature on that form, not their signature, even though they're the one that told me to fill out the form in this completely incorrect way. So, and I wasn't, you know, that's just not who I am. So, so being careful with obedience, compliance, conforming to some sort of maybe work culture, either from your parents or in the actual work that you're in, at a loss of self. So maintaining your own integrity, despite maybe some pressures from culture or from higher ups to do something. So. So with the changing line, so we start out with the hexagram 18 work. We have the changing line, dynamic line number 6. So that changes us from mountain over wind to earth over wind. So something more general over wind, could be communication, could be this tunnel through the whole earth instead of just the mountain. So that brings us to hexagram 46, ascendants. I'm not sure how useful all the details of how we get from one part to the other on the I-ching are for you, but so 46, ascendants. So this is a really great hexagram to go on. So keeping your goals lofty because you can reach them. It is step by step, but you can reach them. Ascending, you know, we can think about ascending the mountain, ascending something. I was thinking tunnel, but now we're talking ascendants here. So it's step by step. So the literal translation of the overall hexagram, ascendants, is sign of the sacrifice. So this is a big deal. Big goals, big deals. See the great personage, fear not. So again, we have another mentor showing up here. But this one is not something to be afraid of. You need to talk to them. Favorable for the southern expedition. So expedition, it's not crossing a great stream. It's not, or crossing a little stream. It's an expedition. So we're talking about something that is a bit of a bigger deal. And we've already talked about keeping your goals lofty, keeping them big, going from mountain to earth, the whole thing. So one little goal here, just want to get a job, to, okay, what do I actually want to do? Where do I actually want to go with this? Something like that. So the idea here is success through conscious, persistent effort, step by step, ascending the mountain, staying faithful to your goals and to yourself. So I thought that was really interesting. Your goals here are meant to be lofty. You have to stay faithful to that lofty goal. That dream, that big dream you have, stay faithful to the dream. Don't, if you watched your parents quit their dream, this is saying exactly not to do that. But so staying faithful to your goals, to your higher self, to your overall idea of what a person should be. So I feel like this is about sort of a self-actualization reading here, and that you can get there and you can maintain that. Just because you might not have very good examples of how to maintain that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be maintaining a lofty goal. And this is also being very clear that there are people to help you on the way. It might not be the same people you learned stuff from, or the same person that's trying to get you to do something or stay in a position or whatever. It might not be the same person, but there are people here that do want to help and can provide some mentorship and some guidance for you. So, and it's saying it will happen. So the other idea I think I got from this is sort of the concept of managing up. Sometimes our managers at work don't always like understand our full skill set. Maybe they never even read our resume when we were coming in. They may not know what we want. We may not have communicated what we want out of the job, or that we want to move up, or that we want another position, or that we want to learn a certain skill. So you can ask your manager, you know, I would like to learn this skill, please teach me. So they may not have envisioned you in that role. So one of the keys here is like, first and foremost, envisioning yourself in that role. I see myself in this role. I see myself in this job. I want to do that job. And then communicating that with, you know, the people that can help you learn the skills to get into that position. They may not have any idea. So that you want that. So I feel like this is in a bit turning its head on. Your boss is here, you know, you're not serving the mighty, you're serving yourself. Get the mighty to serve you. Get your boss to serve you, to help you on your path. They love that shit. At least a good boss will. They'll love that shit. So, so this idea of sort of managing up, and instead of feeling that you're the servant to the boss, in a way make the boss the servant to your goals. It's just a little, flip of the switch. It's not like a big, like, I'm going to make you, da, 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 da. It's just a little bit of a switch here in how you're perceiving your boss. They have stuff to teach you, but you do have to communicate to them what it is you want, and that you want, what it is you want to learn, and where you want to go, and what you want to do. So this feels like a very specific reading. I don't think it's going to be for everybody. So especially, like, I don't see it necessarily. It could be a parent-child relationship, but it's definitely not one between equals. There's definitely, we have like, you're not serving the mighty, get the mighty to help you, and don't be afraid to ask for help. So, you know, keeping in mind that you're not here to serve your parents, they chose to have you. So I wouldn't come at them with, you owe me, but someone else could help you. It could be that there are multiple, like, you can get some help from elsewhere to deal with an authority figure that you're struggling with. So a parent, you could get like a therapist to help you with a parent issue. You could get a different boss to help you with a certain other boss. You could, so there's a couple different ways this can go, but we're changing the idea in our mind that we're here just to serve someone. But there are people here to help us, and you're really here to serve your own goals and your own, becoming your own truest self. So there also is, like, you may need to make a bold move. It's favorable to go somewhere. If you need to go on a trip, go on a trip. If you need to visit someplace else, if you need to go visit another, I don't know, warehouse or whatever, like, go do that. If you need to go, I'm pulling cards here because that's what my hands are doing. So it's a good time. It's a good time to make a bold move, is what we're saying here. Because you might have been stuck in a certain definition, but it wants you to think bigger, think broader, keep your goals lofty, and stay faithful to them. All right, so I think that's the only card we have here. We have Butterfly Garden. So there are some butterflies that showed up here too. Change, transformation. You've actually changed. You're not the same person that you were when you, like, started this job or started this thing. You're not the same person. You've changed, you've grown. You are actually fascinated a little bit by your own change. You are a little bit, you like how you've changed. And you've grown. So you need to understand that too. And perhaps that's something that you need to explain to a higher up or something like that. That might be something that you can talk about, is how you've changed and how you've grown, and how you'd like to continue changing and continue growing, and how you'd like to continue on in that process. But there is a sense of just enjoying, being able to enjoy, appreciating who you are, and appreciating the ways in which you've changed and grown. But this whole thing seems to be, like, in service of growth to your higher self. Wow. Okay, we got this. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. You may need to give a little more to the situation in order to get a little more out of it. But this has, this is reminding me of the great personage idea. I don't know, it's translated as great personage. I think this is, you know, obviously the lion reminds me of inner strength, having the inner strength. Be generous of spirit. You have the strength to do that. But I also feel like this could be a leader, that they will be generous with you. And then we have whale spirit, trust the great mystery. I think maybe trusting, I don't think we're blindly trusting the leadership, but we are trusting, I think also there's a sense of being faithful to your goals and trusting, I want to say trusting the process, or trusting, which is kind of iffy idea, but there are like processes and growth, and you are growing and you are learning, and trust that you are changing and you are growing and you are learning, and you will continue to change and grow and learn. And I think trusting that as you go, that you are doing that. I think there's a sense too here of trusting yourself to be able to continue growing. Okay, let's talk about who's the great person, or the important person that we're not supposed to be afraid of and we need to talk to and have a conversation with. What might describe them? Skunk spirit, know your worth. Do they smell? They smoke a lot of weed? Skunk spirit, know your worth. Well, I like that overall for this, because I think that actually goes really well overall for your whole reading. Sagittarius is knowing your worth and knowing where you want to go and knowing what you want to do, and knowing that you have changed, or you have changed, and you're ready for something. But skunk spirit, something maybe black and white about them, something maybe, maybe they smell a lot, maybe they, I don't know, know your worth. Well, this is an important person, and they know they're an important person. They demand attention. So don't be afraid to talk to them. The skunk. And then cow spirit, miracles are endless. I feel like skunk spirit and lion belong together as far as like know your worth and be generous of spirit. Because when you know your worth, you can be, you know, when you have a lot of self-confidence, it's much easier to be, to sort of be kind to others and be generous, because you've got a lot in the back still. You don't need to like dole out your generosity. There's a sense of a big spirit, a big self-confident spirit that has a lot to give and offer, and knows it. So this person knows that they have a lot to offer. So they're aware of it. People they command attention. People pay attention when they come in the room. And then we have cow spirit. Miracles are endless. So maybe this person wears a hat a lot. Maybe they like flowers. Maybe they like cows. This cow spirit is meant to indicate, you know, who's this person you can ask for help. Skunk and cow. Well, it's the person you're asking for help. Skunk and a cow. And I like the miracles are endless, because that that reiterates the point that this person is really going to be able to help you. And don't be afraid of them. Cows are very docile. Ooh, I like this idea of this, you know, they might make a big stink, or they might be a little bit imposing or frightening. They do command a lot of attention, but really they're very docile and kind, and you can talk to them. I used to have milk cows, and you can tell them everything. They're like, you know, I don't know, they're like a dog. They're like a Labrador, but that's like 10 times the size, and their eyes are definitely indicating that they're listening. So this person can very much help you, though. Cow and a skunk. Okay, so I've been playing a little bit with, let's do these ones. These ones. Well, I've been playing with chiromancy. Let me finish that sentence. So we're towards the end here, we'll pull some cards of synchronicities to look for that can let you know, you're on the right path. This one's flipped around. Not sure I like it. If you have a yes or no question, formulate it now. All right. So luck is on your side. We've gotten several. Trust the great mystery and the miracles are endless. Luck is on your side. And this is Sagittarius. This is new moon in Sagittarius. So you don't quite know what you're getting into. You don't quite know where this is going. This with this arrow, this conversation, you don't quite know where it's going. But you need to understand that this might be a lucky moment. This might end up being very good for you. Obviously, you have to, take care with your words and all of that, but and how you ask and what you ask, but luck is on your side. We also have starseed, what lights you up. Okay, again, what's your vision? Where do you want to go? Keep your goals lofty. So what are your big goals? What do you really want here? So for me, that's a terrifying question, but hopefully Sagittarius, you're comfortable with it. So what lights you up? What do you want? What do you want? It's your lucky day. Boss energy coming through. It's your lucky day. So ask the boss what you want. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do and what lights you up? It's basically the same card. What do you want? What do you want? Talk about it. Tell them. Tell your boss, or at least, really, at least your journal what you actually want, because now's the time to go. And then if you had a yes or no question, I don't know where, this seems so random, but the answer is no here. Temporary blockage, a temporary storm. If this person's like upset, don't, go for it. So wait, pause, postpone, say no. This could be also saying no to your boss, to whatever mighty person is asking you to do something. There is a sense of like, stop, think about it. Luck is on your side, but do wait for good timing. Don't wait forever for good timing, but do wait for good timing. That's how I can integrate that one. But maybe you had a question specifically. So suggested answer is no. Wait, postpone, pause. So it's not no forever, but it could just be not right now, but right. Maybe your boss doesn't have time for a right now situation, but they do have time later, or maybe there will be an opening later, but you need to talk about it now. So maybe not right now is everything going to happen, but it could. Right now could be about like setting your goals, your lofty goals, and finding the people that can help and starting to pursue them. So what we're looking for here, little chiromancies, little synchronicities to look for in your week. We have rainbow, waterfall, miracles. Again, we have these butterflies here. So butterflies could be important, rainbows could be important, waterfall could be important. Again, I love how the chiromancy cards are like actually doing the chiromancy in the reading, because we have, again, miracles, miracles, miracles. Miracles are endless. Love that. And then these two cards coming in, like, what do you want, basically? So miracles. And then we have guardians of the land, protection. So we have like an elk or a deer, a buck of some kind, some fly agaric mushrooms in here. Could be some woods to visit. Guardians of the land, protection. Looking for protection. And then we have water spirit manifesting dreams. We have otters here. We have a river. Again, some woods in the river, manifesting dreams. Right. What lights you up? I feel like this actually, the overall message goes here with these ones. What lights you up? What do you want? And then these otters are very playful, but the thing is that they're working. Like this one always comes in as like otters at work. Making their dreams happen. Bit by bit, step by step. Yeah, no shortcut here. Manifesting dreams, but no shortcut. Step by step is how we're going to do that. So taking the next step, where do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Ask for help along the way. You've got the help that you need along the way, but don't let other people define you, I think is where we're headed here, where the overall for the reading. So if you'd like to join me on Vimeo, I'm going to go over, we're going to continue on with this Eight of Wands and pull some tarot cards over there. So if you want to join me over there, that'd be great. If not, ciao.